Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is CJUFC Picks. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, share the video, and tell everyone you know about CJUFC Picks. This is the smoke sesh. We're here to smoke some weed, give you some fire picks. We're still on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. 12 weeks in a row. As you just saw, the last 10 cards, 95 wins, and only 27 losses. That's pretty damn good in my book. Last night on UFC 293, I went 9 and 3 on my picks. So you already know I'm still on the roll, 12 weeks in a row. So if you like free picks, free bets, and free predictions each and every single week, make sure to join us. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and you already know we got one rolled up right here, ladies and gentlemen, so we can give you our breakdown for UFC Fight Night, UFC Noche, Grasso versus Shevchenko Part 2 for the UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Interesting card. Some bangers on the card. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. So let's get right into it, folks. Light one up for the smoke sesh. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. First fight of the night, scheduled in the women's strawweight division. We have Josefine Knutsson versus Marnic Mann. Josephine Josephine Knutsson. She's 6-0, undefeated at 27 years old, 5'3", 60-inch reach. And then we got Marnic Mann, I'm sorry, 6-1, 30 years old, 5 foot even, with a 64-inch reach. I believe both of these fighters are making their UFC debut. Yes, but Josephine Knutsson has been in the UFC octagon before. She was in the Contender Series not too long ago, actually about a week ago. She was in a Contender Series, so and she did win that fight. Um, Manic Man making her UFC debut. She did win her last fight in LFA, but I like Josephine Knutsson a little better than Marnic Man from what I saw on tape from my reviews. I'm not gonna bet this fight straight up though. I'm gonna stay away money line wise. I'm just gonna bet the over 2.5, possibly depending on the line. And if you want to see my picks, if you want to see my official bets, my dog of the card, and my lock of the card, go over to Twitter, go over to Instagram, go over to TikTok, CJUFCPicks. Make sure to check that out and give me a follow. But my pick for this fight is Josephine Knutsson by decision. Next fight. Scheduled at the men's lightweight division, we got Charlie Campbell versus Alex Reyes. Charlie Campbell, he's 7-2, 28 years old, 6 foot even, 72.5-inch reach. Then we got Alex Reyes. He's 13-3, 36 years old, 5'11", 73-inch reach. I believe that Charlie Campbell is making his UFC debut here. But the last time that we saw Alex Reyes fight was almost 6 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. 5 years and 11 months ago. That's crazy. And he had a knockout TKO loss to Mike Perry, who's not even in the UFC anymore. I think he's in bare knuckle fighting now. Um, Charlie Campbell has been the more active fighter. He's younger, he's taller, and as you all know, if you watch my show, I like the more active, more younger, and possibly more even more powerful fighter and that's Charlie Campbell in this fight. So give me Charlie Campbell to win, possibly by knockout. I can see a knockout victory for him here. So give me Charlie Campbell to knock out Alex Reyes in this fight. Either way, he's going to win. Charlie Campbell definitely is my pick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on up to the next fight on the card. Scheduled to be in the women's flyweight division, we have Tracy Cortez versus Jasudavicius. Tracy Cortez, she's 10-1, 29 years old, 5'5", 65.5-inch reach. Then we have Jasmine Jasudavicius. She's 9-2, 34 years old, 5'7", with a 68-inch reach. This is going to be a pretty close fight. I do see this fight going over. I don't see any of these girls finishing each other. I think Jasmine Jasudavicius definitely has the power and striking advantage in this fight, and probably better wrestling too. She was a really big dog in her last fight, and she won. She pulled out that victory, very impressive victory. Um, they're both on a winning streak here. Jasmine Jasudavicius, she's on a two-fight winning streak. Tracy Cortez is on a better winning streak than her. Ever since she entered the UFC, she's been on a four-fight winning streak. But the competition she's fought hasn't been that impressive, in my opinion. Jasmine Jasudavicius, as I said, had that impressive victory in her last outing against Miranda Maverick. Um, and I think she's going to win this fight as well. I really do. If it goes to the mat, if it goes to grappling and wrestling in this fight, I expect Jasmine Jasudavicius to come out and be the better fighter in this fight. This is going to be a close fight, very close. And if Tracy Cortez does win, that wouldn't be surprising either. But my official pick for this fight, very close, not betting the money line whatsoever, is Jasmine Jasudavicius. Very close fight, ladies and gentlemen. Next fight. This is going to be a sneaky banger fight, ladies and gentlemen. Scheduled in the men's flyweight division, we have Edgar Cháirez versus Daniel Lacerda. Edgar Cháirez, he's 10-5, 27 years old, 5'7", 72-inch reach. Then we got Daniel Lacerda, 11-5, 27 years old, 5'6", 70-inch reach. Like I said, this should be a sneaky banger fight. Probably fight of the night in terms of the prelim fights. I expect this fight to be a sneaky banger. Both of these guys are warriors. Both of these guys are dogs. Especially Edgar Cháirez. He almost won that fight against Tatsudo Taira, and now he's coming back just 2 months ago. Not too bad. That's a fast turnaround. And then we have Daniel Lacerda. He's on a 4-fight losing streak, ladies and gentlemen. He has not won one single fight in the UFC. He lost to Jeff Molina. I don't think he's in the UFC anymore. He lost to Francisco Figueiredo. He lost to Victor Altamirano. And he lost to CJ Vergara. Man. And they were all by finish. And I expect the same in this fight. I think Edgar Cháirez is going to win this fight. And I think he's going to get it done inside the distance. This is going to be a sneaky banger, folks, for however long it lasts. And I think Edgar Cháirez gets his hand raised in victory. That's my pick. Speaking of fights that are not going the distance, ladies and gentlemen, this next fight, scheduled in the men's middleweight division, we have Roman Kopylov versus Josh Fremd. That's going to be a fight that's not going the distance, ladies and gentlemen. Roman Kopylov, he's 11 and 2, 32 years old, 6 foot even, 75-inch reach. Then we have Josh Fremd. He's 29 years old, 11 and 4, 6 foot 4, and 76-inch reach. Roman Kopylov riding a 3 fight winning streak. Josh Fremd, he's riding a 2 fight winning streak. Both of these men have finishing ability, especially Roman Kopylov. That dude has knockout power for days. Josh Freem, he can get submissions too, but he's not that impressive. He's not that good. Roman Kopylov is good. That dude is a sniper. That dude is gonna knock this guy out. I can almost guarantee it. He might be my lock of the card this week for UFC Fight Night. Grasso versus Shevchenko 2. UFC Noche. Roman Kopylov is definitely my pick for this fight. By knockout, TKO, DQ. I think he's going to get it done, ladies and gentlemen. Kopylov is riding a 3 fight knockout TKO victory streak. So I think he's going to get his fourth in a row in this fight against Josh Fremd. 98% sure, because nothing is 100% in the UFC, as we just saw last night against Strickland and Adesanya. I mean, Strickland did the unthinkable, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. But anyway, let's get back on track with the next fight. Scheduled in the women's strawweight division, we have Lupita Godinez versus Elise Reed. Lupita Godinez, she's 10 and 3, 30 years old, 5 foot 2, 61-inch reach. Then we got Elise Reed. She's 7 and 3, 30 years old, 5 foot 3, 63-inch reach. This is going to be a close fight. I think closer than the number says. Actually, I think the number is a little too wide here. Lupita Godinez definitely has the grappling and wrestling advantage in my opinion here. She's on a 2 fight winning streak. She's pretty tough. Um, I do remember that fight she had against Angela Hill. I did pick her in that fight. I remember that, and she lost. She looked pretty bad in that fight. She wasn't herself in that fight though. But her last 2 fights, she did recover. She did come back, and she did have that split decision fight against Cynthia Calvillo, which was pretty close. That fight could have went either way. And then she had that unanimous decision victory against Emily Ducote. Um, Elise Reed beat pretty much a no one in this division, which is Jen Ufrey. I think Jen Ufrey is not UFC caliber. I don't even think she's in the UFC anymore, and that was only 2 months ago. I think she got cut after that fight, if I'm not mistaken. But Elise Reed did lose to Luma Lukbunmi. And Luma Lukbunmi is terrible, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion. I don't think Luma Lukbunmi is anything special whatsoever. She did have that win against Melissa Martinez, and she lost against Sam Hughes, and won against Corey McKenna in a split decision. So she's win loss, win loss, win loss. Lupita Godinez has won 4 out of her last 5 fights, and I expect her to continue her winning streak here, winning 3 in a row, probably by decision, maybe a submission, maybe, but possibly more likely a decision victory here for Lupita Godinez. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the main card, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, make sure to light one up, join the smoke sesh, join the train, the CJUFC Picks train. We're on TikTok, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere. Just look us up, CJUFC UFC picks, giving you fire picks, smoking the fire weed. And here we go with the next fight. Scheduled in the men's featherweight division, we have Fernando Padilla versus Kyle Nelson. Fernando Padilla, he is 15-4, 26 years old, 6'1", 76-inch reach. Then we got Kyle Nelson. He's 14-5, 32 years old, 5'11", 71-inch reach. This is gonna be a little bit of a sneaky banger fight. I like both of these guys. Both of these guys will fight for your money. Um, Both of these guys have been. Kyle Nelson has been in the UFC longer. He is the veteran in this fight. Um, but Fernando Padilla looks good in his debut in his last fight against Julian Erosa. Knocked him out with a right hook. Very impressive victory there. Um, but like I said, Kyle Nelson is a live dog in this fight, ladies and gentlemen. This dude, even though he's not a top tier fighter, he's a sneaky dog. He will fight for your money, like I said. He's definitely fought the tougher competition. He's been in the UFC longer. He's been under the bright lights before. He's fought guys like Fernando Padilla in this situation. Um, but Fernando Padilla does have the youth advantage. He does have the height advantage. He does have the reach advantage. And he does have the power advantage in this fight. And I've said this in the beginning of this video, and I'll always say it again. I like when fighters have more advantages than their opponent. Fernando Padilla has more advantages than his opponent against Kyle Nelson here. My heart and my gut is saying Fernando Padilla gets it done by knockout TKO against Kyle Nelson, continues his winning streak here. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. He's going to get his fourth, and he's going to win this fight. He's one of my most confident picks once again. He might be my lock of the card. Who knows? You got to check that out. Lock of the card and dog of the card on my TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, CJUFCPicks. Make sure to go check me out on that. Next fight, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled in the men's lightweight division. We have Daniel Zellhuber versus Christos Giagos. Daniel Zellhuber, he's 13-1, 24 years old, 6'1", 77-inch reach. And then we have Christos Giagos, 20-10, 33 years old, 5'10", 71.5-inch reach. I think this fight is going to be closer than the number says. Daniel Zellhuber is way too high of a favorite. I like Christos Giagos. He's not that bad of a fighter. He's a veteran in this fight. And Daniel Zellhuber looked terrible against Trey Ogden. I'll never forget that. And he had a close fight against Lando Veneta, which is another UFC veteran, if you would say. And I think Christos Giagos is better than Lando Veneta. I think he's better than Trey Ogden as well. And I think I'm going to pick Christos Giagos to win this fight. I think the Spartan is going to upset the rookie here. He's going to upset the favorite. A plus 205? I'll take that. I'll take my chances with that. Give me Christos Giagos to win this fight. He might be my dog of the card, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, go check me out on my TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, CJUFCPicks. Just type it in, folks. Show your boy some support. Show your boy some love. I'm doing this for free each and every single week. All I ask is for a like, a subscribe, a follow. That's all. Takes 2 seconds. Next fight, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled in the men's bantamweight division. We got Raul Rosas Jr. versus Terrence Mitchell. Raul Rosas Jr. He's 7-1, 18 years old, 5'9", with a 67-inch reach. Then we got Terrence Mitchell, 14-3, 33 years old, 5'10", and his reach is unavailable. Excuse me. I think this fight is going to be a setup fight for Raul Rosas Jr. This is going to be a pretty quick breakdown. His number is a little high. I'm not gonna lie. I do admit that his number at minus 550 favorite is a little high, especially his last loss against Christian Rodriguez. But Christian Rodriguez is a way better fighter than Terrence Mitchell. Way better fighter. I think this is a setup fight for Raul Rosas Jr. I think he's going to bounce back from that loss. He's going to show everyone why he is El Nino Problema. I think he's going to be a future star in the UFC. He's still young. He's still learning. Um, this his this is his third fight in the UFC, and then he did have that fight on the Contender Series as well, not too long ago, about a year ago. But yeah, I think Raul Rosas Jr. is gonna win here either by submission or a decision. Probably by submission. I'm gonna say submission. I think Raul Rosas Jr. is gonna go for that finish here. But I wouldn't be surprised if it does go to a decision. I think this is gonna be a pretty easy fight for him. He just needs to be calm, cool, and collected, and it's gonna be an easy fight, easy victory for Raul Rosas Jr. Next fight, ladies and gentlemen, is the co-main event of the evening. But before I do this breakdown, before I give you my pick, make sure to subscribe. CJUFC Picks. Make sure to like the video, comment on the video who your picks are, your dog of the card, your lock of the card. This is going to be a very, very good fight. We have Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena. Kevin Holland, he's 25-9, 30 years old, 6'3", 81-inch reach. Then we have Jack Della Maddalena. He's 15-2, 15-2, 27 years old, 5'11", with a 73-inch reach. This is basically a pick'em fight. Kevin Holland sitting at minus 115, and then you got Jack Della Maddalena at minus 105. So basically a pick'em here, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting fight. Do I see it going the distance though? That's the question here. Both guys are finishers, right? But sometimes they do also go to decision. The last 5 fights of Kevin Holland has not gone to decision. I'm picking Kevin Holland to get it done in this fight. I think he's got more experience. Definitely got some more experience. He's got the height advantage. He's got a huge reach advantage. And I think he's going to end the winning streak here for Jack Della Maddalena. I think Kevin Holland is going to be miles, miles ahead in this fight. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a banger, folks. Do not miss this fight. But I'm pretty certain, 90% sure, that Kevin Holland gets it done inside the distance by submission or by knockout in this fight. I think he's just gonna be better everywhere and anywhere the fight goes. Jack Della might have a little bit more power, but Kevin Holland has better wrestling, better jiu-jitsu, definitely better range, and definitely faster on the feet, and possibly even better cardio as well. I think Kevin Holland has this fight in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. He's my pick. I like Kevin Holland in that fight. Definitely going to be a good fight. Do not miss out on that one. Next fight, ladies and gentlemen, it is the main event of the evening for UFC Fight Night, UFC Noche. Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 2 for the UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Make sure to subscribe, smash that like button for me, and make sure to comment on the video. Show your boy some support, show your boy some love. Make sure to join us here each and every single week for CJUFC picks. Alexa Grasso, she's 16 and 3, 30 years old, 5'5", 66-inch reach. She's a plus 135 underdog. She's the current reigning and defending UFC flyweight champion versus Valentina Shevchenko, the former UFC flyweight champion. She's 23 and 4, 35 years old, 5'5", 65 and a half inch reach. This is going to be a very good fight. Very good rematch right here. Alexa Grasso shocked the world, ladies and gentlemen. In her last fight, she rear naked choked, tapped out Valentina Shevchenko. We all know Alexa Grasso has very good boxing. She has good submissions. Shevchenko also has very good boxing. She's got a pretty decent submissions herself. Both of these women are gonna fight for your money. This is gonna be a good championship main event fight. I'm I'm glad it's a fight night. Fight Noche. Noche de UFC. Grasso, I think, is going to retain this belt. I think she's hungry. I think she wants it more. I think that Valentina Shevchenko lost a step, and that last fight is going to be in her head that she already lost to Grasso by submission. She already finished her. And I think that's going to play a big part in this fight. I think Grasso is going to be, and still, she might be my dog of the card. Who knows? You got to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. On my Twitter, my TikTok, my Instagram. Check me out. CJUFC Picks. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to like the video. That was the breakdown. That was the smoke sesh, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take another hit for y'all. We're on a roll. 12 weeks in a row. We're going for 13 straight winning weeks of UFC. You already know. Your boy is on fire. Check me out, y'all. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining CJ UFC Picks. Good night.